Hello, folks. This is Roger. Welcome to the best show on social media, The Black Dimension. And today I'm here to give a little review on 21 Bridges, starring Chadwick Boseman. If you don't know, we do a rating system here on The Black Dimension for the movies that have come out. We rank it as a buy, a bootleg, or a bomb. As far as the quality of the movies go, buy means definitely go out and check this one out. You're gonna enjoy it. Bootleg is it was side. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was a decent little movie. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you go to the theaters to see it. You might want to wait on your streaming service. It ain't all that. It's cool, but not all that. And then we got a bomb. And that type of film is just an absolute waste of your time. Your life is better without you taking out an hour and a half to 2.5 hours of your precious life to put into that movie. Just skip that one altogether if we rated a bomb. Okay. And I've seen 21 Bridges, and I got to say, 21 Bridges is an absolute buy. This movie starring Chadwick Boseman, honestly, is one of the best movies I've seen this year. Now, I'm big into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but as far as a non MCU movie, this might be the best one I saw all year. This movie was excellent from beginning to end. Definitely go check this movie out. Um, from the beginning, you know, uh, and this is in the trailers that for those who need a warning, you got my rating. My rating is a buy. Definitely is a buy. Because now I'm gonna go into a little bit of spoiler territory. I'm not gonna take too long on this one, but this movie is an absolute buy. This movie is basically about cops being killed. Okay, beginning of the movie starts with there are some cops killed, and there was some shady business going on, and eight, what was it? It was like eight police officers ended up getting killed because of a shady drug deal situation. Okay, the cops were going to a place that obviously was a compromised place. As the movie goes on, you start to find out that not only were drugs involved, and you got to see how the things were going, and that things were actually connected to the cops at certain levels, and even going up to high levels in the police force. And Chadwick Boseman plays a character that he's basically I would say he's honoring father. He's honoring his father. He wanted to be a cop ever since he was a child. His father died as a police officer when he was a kid, and he at this point is one of the best cops around. And he definitely showed in this movie why he is one of the best. If when you get the sense of the movie and what's going on with the character, and of course he's trying to find suspects because certain cops were killed. This movie is a thrill ride basically from beginning to end. There's really no slow period in this movie. If you want to say it's slow, you might say the first, I don't know, 2, 3 minutes, if that, but this movie was not slow. Stuff happens right away, and the movie grabs your attention. The way the movie is set up, and Chadwick Boseman's character is going around trying to figure out what is what, who is who, and what belongs to who. The man is basically it's a movie about him being an absolute great detective, picking up on the different signs, and he really comes down on the criminals, whether you're in blue or not. So it's a great movie about a cop doing the right thing every chance he got. So this was great in my opinion, especially for as a brother to walk into the movie and see a police officer. um, there's some implied shadiness going on, but as you see the film and get the real sense of his character, the guy was just plainly a great cop. And well, I should say a detective because he had made a detective as the movie is from what they're showing in the movie. He was already a detective at that part. So this movie was simply a movie about a great police officer, and it's nice to see a police officer that wasn't corrupted in the movie, even though the movie definitely had some corrupt cops in it. So it made for a definite thrill ride. This movie is won't be a waste of your time at all. I highly recommend this movie. Um, he, Chadwick Boseman, he ends up basically pursuing leads to figure out who the criminals was. They ended up killing the cops in the beginning of the movie, and as things go on, as he keeps seeing things, he starts to figure out that there's a lot more going on than just some random guys ending up killing some officers. So this it would definitely was a thrill ride. It was basically a botch. Well, I can't even say botch. It was a setup drug deal. It was basically some guys were sent to get 30 keys of coke and ended up coming across 300. So it definitely was a setup. There's a lot of big forces at play in this movie, and these guys who were sent to take the 30 kilos, they ended up taking 50, and then they had to do deals to get rid of the 50. And while trying to get rid of the 50, they got to do it in a certain amount of time because they're trying to disappear. And Chadwick Boseman's on the scene, and they're taking different leads to figure out who's doing what. And in a very bold move, they they say it was 21 Bridges driving in and out of Manhattan. He knew the criminals would have to disappear, and they were going to want to disappear right away. So of course they pulled up to 21 Bridges that lay in and out of Manhattan, and the FBI wanted to get involved, and no one really wanted to do exactly what the mayor was pushing to be done. So they basically got, if my memory, they got 4 to 5 hours to solve a high profile crime, and I'm talking about lock and stock. On one side you got cops that wanted the criminals that were involved to die because 8 officers died, so they wanted blood. And not only did they want blood, you got other officers that wanted them blood due to the fact they wanted to hide certain things that were going on. And you also got Chadwick, who wants to figure out what's actually going on, who's really to blame of the whole situation, and what he could do to actually take down whoever was truly involved, and figure out why they were involved. So this movie was an absolute thrill ride from beginning to end. This honestly is one of the best movies of the year. And Chadwick Boseman was also even a producer on this movie. So this is not a waste of your time. Definitely check it out. You will highly enjoy this one. I rate this by through and through. And that's pretty much it for me. We'll see you guys next time around. And y'all take care. I'm Roger, and I'm gone on this one. Oh, my bad. So if anyone just happened to come across this video and you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to the Black Dimension. This is the place where adults have fun.